You're watching Spheregon Entertainment live streaming. This set production is coming to you live from the 2009 Super Billiards Expo in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. This free stream is brought to you by Tap League. Join a league today. Inside Pool Magazine. Visit InsidePoolMag.com. Gambler Clothing. Live it, breathe it, wear it. And Lucasi Hybrid. Try the next evolution in Lucasi cues.
Come play with us.
And we'll see all you TAP members in Valley Forge at the Super Billiards Expo.
So join TAP today.
Introducing Lucasi Hybrid, a whole new level of performance and technology. A cue with the revolutionary X-Shocks dampening system, eliminating vibration. G5 grip technology for enhanced traction and stability results in maximum cue control. Total sweet spot construction means unmatched power. And the Zero Flex Point ferrule provides dead-on accuracy, giving you the confidence you need in every shot. Lucasi Hybrid, the only cue that matters.
Hello everyone, this is Joey Augustin, Joey A. from the Internet Pool Forums. I'm in the booth with J.R. Calvert, and we're here at the Super Billiard Expo in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania, and we've got a great matchup here for you. Cary Dunn and Johnny Archer on the TV table. It's 10 ball and race to 10. The 10 ball on the break spots back up, no matter what pocket it goes in. And they've just lagged for the break, and Johnny's won the lag, and he will be breaking. JR, welcome to the booth.
Well, thank you, Joey. Pleasure to be here.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're in for a very good match tonight. Have you ever seen Cary play?
You know, I believe that I practiced with Terry at, he paid me a nice compliment. I had been playing some unusually good 9-ball for me anyway at the Derby City Classic, and he paid a nice compliment to me, and I appreciate that.
Cary's a good player, he's a gentleman. It's nice to run into somebody that plays the game well and
knows how to treat people.
Has respect for the common man.
Yes, indeed.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the table here, we have Johnny Archer, who is obviously very respectful, and I think his accolades speak for themselves. I think if you're watching this broadcast, you probably already know who Johnny Archer is, but we can tell you he's won just about everything, just about every discipline, player of the decade in the 90s. World 9-ball champion, U.S. Open champion. I don't think he has a 10-ball title, though.
Well, I'm sure you'd like one right now. Well, that was a mighty fine break there. Looks like he still can make the 1 ball and get shape on the 2. He may have a little difficulty getting back on the 3, but we'll see how he works that cue ball.
Well, I think that he's going to try and let this cue ball fall very close to the 5.
Yeah, get close to the 2 ball so that he can work a little magic if he needs to, either direction, either side of the 3.
Exactly.
Ooh, talk about pocket speed. That ball wouldn't have gone if he'd hit it with a little more speed.
Well, he wanted a little bit of an angle towards the rail here. And I think hitting it a little thick like he did came up a few inches shorter. Now it's a hair off angle, but he's going to be able to draw back.
Yeah, I think he's going to go close to the 4 ball if he draws it back on the right, on the left, on the side, closest to the 4. Oh, no, he just followed it. Uh-oh.
Well,
precariously close to a real problem. He's going to be only a couple inches off the back rail shooting that 4-ball that's close to the rail. Always look like he might be pounding in the hole. Yeah, he got more than a couple inches. That's Johnny Archer's pool there. The balls are well spread, so I don't see any problems for this rack.
This was always one of the shots that I used to love to hit. Hitting this ball, and you basically need to, have a lot of confidence in the fact that you can smack that ball in the hole and drive that to the rail. You have to stroke that ball, but I've always loved that shot.
A lot of people, a lot of amateurs come up short on that because they don't stroke it hard into the rail. Yeah. Ball barely comes off that rail sometimes if you hit it with just a medium stroke.
Sure. Yeah, I think the secret to that shot is a long, smooth backstroke. Don't move, and then just let that stick accelerate through.
And that makes it 1-0, Johnny Archer, with Cary Dunn breaking and racking.
Not quite sure about the make of that cue that he's using. It's a pretty cue, but it looks like it's got its wear.
Got a few miles on it, yeah. Looks like Gable and then Ralph Souquet are still at it over there. What's that score over there? 8-5. Oh my goodness! Gabe has got Ralph Souquet 8-5.
Interesting.
No, wait a minute. What is that? No, something's not right.
We'll have to inspect it after they move the beads.
Well, they may be on it. This may be Hill or something, huh? Maybe they just moved the beads.
They could have done that. That's very possible.
Because it may be 9-8 because there's one bead that's moved away from the rest. If that's the case, it would be 9-8 Rel. Well, 10-ball on the break. Spots back up immediately and continue shooting. Of course, he made another ball or two, huh? Yeah, there's only 7 balls on the table. He made 3 balls, one of them being the 10-ball.
Yeah, I believe he made the 8.
Well,
what looks like
look at
the
this.
7.
What's this look like here? He's got to freeze this ball to the 2. Is that right, JR?
Yeah, I think he's going to try. Cary's going to come up and just give it a little look. He trusts John. Now he's giving him a little instruction, as we can see now.
Well, if it needs to be straightened out, it needs to be straightened.
Yeah. We're going to call up referee tournament director Frank Del Pizzo. I think we need to have him on speed dial. Well, it happens. I mean, guys they're not trying to be difficult. It's just one guy needs a little help to see what the other guy's seeing, is what it seems like.
Spot the 10? Not going to put there.
I'm curious whether or not he's going to freeze it to the 2.
Brings up a good question. What if the spot is off? Do you use a line from the second diamond to determine where the 10 would be spotted? Or would you go with where the spot is?
I would have to go where the spot is. I wouldn't. The diamond's a lot further away, and if they're racking the balls on the diamond, I'd have to defer to the spots. If they're racking the balls on the spot, then I'd have to defer to the spot rather than the back diamond. Yeah, he can tap it in place. I know he doesn't want to, but
Yeah, I think in the end, I think that the diamonds would have override on a spot that was put in the wrong spot.
oh,
Wouldn't you
really?
think?
Really? Okay. Well, you know,
That's just my feeling.
I'm just the most important thing here on this spot that he's doing right now is freezing that 2 to the 10, because he can throw that ball a couple of inches different ways if it's frozen. If it's not frozen, it's a big difference.
Both
Right.
guys a choice. I mean, I can't do much more than that. It won't freeze.
Well, the thing is, it's got to, because
We're getting a listening on what these guys are
I
saying.
know, but it's got to be close enough.
Well, then you just have to spot your own ball, because I'm not.
You want to?
I'm part of the room. I'm assuming.
He said something about you being short.
I didn't say that.
Well, we got to pass that on. J.R., what do you say? Frank, the ultimate comedian, joked to Cary Dunn and said that Johnny had said something about Cary being short, and Johnny jumped all over him. I didn't say that.
Doesn't matter to me.
Thanks.
Oh, gee.
Man.
It's not much different than it was.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah, it ain't much difference, but.
Well, that's a very nice executed shot there.
We are Hill here on table number 3, Mr. Williams and Mr. Bryant. Big round of applause for both the Charlies right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, now it looks like Cary has a small issue.
Hey, if it's not froze, it's an entirely different shot.
Well, I think you done
Is that
shot the
correct?
ball.
Am I
Yeah,
wrong?
I don't, you call him on that one.
Froze when I walked away.
No, it's just, it was froze.
He shot the 1 already.
Huh?
He shot the 1 already. Give him a tap.
Yeah, well, basically that's it. You
Go ahead
would.
and make it for me.
What's that? He is correct. I mean, like, because at that point, once the spot was done, and then when I walked away from it, it's frozen. You shot the 1. Do you
Okay,
understand what
that's
I mean? I'm not really supposed
Yeah,
to do
I
that.
don't think it's gonna lay dead. Let's go.
I don't think it's gonna make much difference.
Like it's spotted, I don't think it's gonna lay dead.
Well, the ruling there was the discussion that was taking place was Cary had complained that the 10 was not frozen to the 2. However, he had already shot the 1 ball, and it would.
Yeah, well, basically what he was subject to have to make a call on that before he shot the 1.
That's what Frank said. He can't adjust the ball now. It's possible that just with the rattle of the table, rattle of the balls, they could have come unfrozen. Frank thought they were frozen when he left the table, and That's a good call, in my opinion. And, well, Cary's happy anyway. He did make the combo.
Yeah.
So the score now is 1-1, and with the Scorpion breaking.
He laid the first break down fairly well. I mean, he broke the balls really well, as a matter of fact.
Squatting the cue ball.
10-ball fever here today.
Well,
I don't think you got to worry about this one. Yeah, Chad.
he doesn't think that's a win, huh?
There's a little discussion is the fact that
Let me ask you a question, JR. I'm just curious. Like, if we saw that Cary was getting ready to go to the table and rack the balls, do we have any responsibility in shouting out, "Hold it 1 second"? No, we got to stay out of it, right? We're just here to provide commentary, and we can't interrupt the flow of the game. We can make comments after it happens and say,
that's what
he shouldn't have done that. All right.
Yep, that's exactly where we stand here.
We're not sheriffs, we're not referees, and we're not tournament directors. We're just mouthpieces sitting back here behind the mic, and we're making every shot we shoot at.
Well, unfortunately, Johnny is not, though.
It happens to the best of us.
Exactly. Well, I'm interested to see whether Cary is going to try and capitalize on this early. There is a kick shot here that I think that he has, that he can come in 2 rails, and he can kick this ball and take it up table. A lot of those kicks run towards the side pocket over here on the left-hand side of your screen. And even if it does kick back down table, I think the 6 will be in the way. So,
Gambler Clothing. Live it, breathe it, wear it. Visit gamblerclothing.com, one of our great sponsors. And if you're not in the mood to buy some great Gambler clothing, drop them a little email and let them know that you appreciate them sponsoring this live stream broadcast to you free of charge. That was a mighty fine safety there.
he hit that as advertised. And you will see a lot of the better players, they kick at the right speed. And I can't stress how important that is, that you have to stress at the right speed first. Because that's everything. It really is.
I'll tell you, JR, it's always a privilege to sit in the booth with you. Your commentary is equal to cueing instruction. I mean, it's great. It really is.
Well, thank you. Likewise to you. You always know exactly the piece of information that I was looking to see or hear or find out. It really is a pleasure.
Well, thank you, JR. That's very kind of you.
Hands together for Mr. Kim Davenport, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, it looks like we missed out on the Suke Owen match. I don't know who won that match.
I don't even know whether anybody down there does either. Seems like our buddy Vincent Fauquet is playing Jonathan Pinniger on the table next to us. We'll have to keep you folks updated on those scores as they come in.
I'll tell you, I'm a big fan of John Pinniger. He's come a long way in the last few years, and I've watched his game elevate and him mature as a player. And now I'm becoming a fast fan of Vincent Fauquet, and I think that'll be a great match over there. But we've got a great match right in front of us with Johnny Archer and Cary Dunn. The score is 1-1. It's tied up. A lot of kicking, a lot of safeties going on.
Well, I don't know whether he's going to like this particular shot. But
Want to get the jump cue.
Yeah, I think he has to get the jump cue out. Because he really doesn't have too much promise going to any rail right now.
This is a makeable ball. It's about 16, 18 inches away from the pocket. I mean, it's not an easy shot, but it could be made, and he could even play a safety on this if he hits it, keeps it, runs that one ball all the way up the table here.
Wow.
Trying to get a little height.
He has some form on this one.
Well, we've got unfortunate.
That was an extreme. Ooh. He almost forgot he was sitting up on the edge of the table. Now, his foot was on the floor, just in case anybody was wanting to know.
Well, Johnny's got cue in hand and looks like he's going to play the 2-ball in the side pocket. He's going to make this 1 in the corner and 2 in the side and come on down the table to pick up the 3-ball. The balls are well spread, and it should be an easy rack for Johnny. I'm sure he wishes he had a little more speed on that cue ball, but he's got good enough shape to make this 3 and hold shape on the 4.
Not a whole lot of problems there. I think this is going to be one where we're just going to see a lot of zigzagging. He's going to fall onto the first ball, maybe slide over for the 6, just a hair, because it's going to be fairly straight on the 5. He's just going to, bounce off the rail, bounce off the rail, bounce off the rail.
Real basic side shots that you like to make, right? Yeah.
I think the whole world loves this combination of shots.
It's when I teach my students, I teach them that this is an extremely important shot for them to master. And if you're going to play a rotation game like 9-ball or 10-ball, you have to make this shot your own.
Exactly. This has to be probably the biggest bread and butter shot in pool.
Nice touch there. Staying close to his work.
Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the players that are about to come onto table number 3. This man hails from Mexico, ladies and gentlemen. He's the 9-ball Mexican champion. He's had 6 consecutive wins in different tournaments all over Mexico. He's the winner of
Johnny brings the score to 2-1 with Kenny racking and breaking. Oh, no. Yeah, that's still 2-1.
Well, Cary hit the balls a little soft the last time he broke, and he managed to make the 10-ball and a ball. I'm not really positive that speed is going to be able to be competitive in this match. I think he has to step it up. but I could be proven wrong, and I'm anxious to see how. I mean, maybe I can be proven wrong that a guy with a 20-mile-an-hour break could stay competitive here with a guy that's breaking 26.
Well, we've got the one.
Gentlemen, when you're ready, line up and break.
Yeah. Well, basically, Joey, thank you for coming in. We're going to welcome Megan Smith into the booth here, and we wanted to take a second to say thank you, and we'll just see you tomorrow. And welcome Megan in here in a few seconds, but we're not chasing you off, Joey. We're just giving you a little time off here.
Well, I appreciate it. Thanks a lot, JR, and y'all enjoy this great match.
All right, thank you. While Cary breaks, we'll let Megan come on into the booth here. And that's kind of what I was saying there. It was maybe a 20-mile-an-hour break. That may be competitive in 9-ball at times, but right now with 10-ball, I don't know for sure that that's going to be a competitive breaking speed. I think what we're really looking at here is the fact that Johnny is breaking the balls about 6 miles an hour faster. That 6 mile an hour is what gets that's needed for these extra balls. Great shot. All right. Well, Megan, thank you for joining us tonight.
Absolutely. My pleasure.
For those of you who might be living in a cave or aren't familiar with Megan Smith, she is a WPBA touring professional. How many years have you been on the tour?
Since 2002. I got my pro status, so it's been a while. It's 7 years, yeah.
Excellent, excellent. Well, congratulations, and again, thank you for joining us. I think we have a decent match in front of us tonight. It's Johnny Archer and Cary Dunn.
Absolutely. I love watching Johnny play. I've grown up watching him on Aki Stats, so it's an honor to be able to be a part of this and call the match with you.
Oh, excellent. Well, at the moment, it is currently 2-1 in favor of Mr. Archer, and Cary Dunn got one game on a 2-10 combination, and it's early in the match, so you're getting to see probably most of the match here.
Yeah, that's great.
We're going to give Joey a little bit of break.
I heard he's been at it for a while.
He's been at it for a while, yeah, most of the day. We did a couple of the rounds earlier in the day together, and then I got to take a break, and now he gets to take his. What do you see here in this shot, Megan?
Well, he's looking to kick at it. The scratch is pretty huge, though. He's got to be real careful. Or he might be able to kind of spin around there and hit the ball. Can you see it?
I think he can see this ball. I actually think he's trying to draw it back. And got the best of him. And I think...
yeah, now he's going to have to kick.
Yeah, he's in trouble right now. And there's a 2-rail kick here, but the cue's going to run very close to the 6. And I think he's going to want to stay away from that. So I think his best bet might be to hit this ball at a fairly soft speed and see if he can get to 9-8-6. Oh, he's going to go for the air. I don't like that shot.
Yeah,
Do you?
That's a little ill-advised there.
I think he needs to, since he's coming in at a high angle, think that he can split the 3 and the cue and get the 6, 8, and 9 into the game. If he hits it really hard, there's no promise that he's going to not have both balls end up on the same side of the table. Something like this. Well, he almost got away with it. I mean, and that's such a hard thing to do, is to guess how you're going to hit it.
It's hard to gauge the speed on that kind of shot, really.
I mean, well, you don't really know where you're going to hit, what the path is going to be. You're just trying to say, somewhere in there might get something to happen.
Absolutely. And what makes it really tough, too, is you have new cloth. You know, the balls are nice and clean. They kind of react a little differently off the rail. So.
And this is only the second day of the tournament.
Right.
But I believe with this particular type of cloth and these tables, that cloth's been on there for a few days.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that I'm going to say it's not brand new. It's new. It's just that it might not be sliding and skidding as much as like a day one of a tournament.
All right, so. Four on the side, 5 on the same side. Key is getting on that 7.
I believe that's right. Now, how would you try and approach getting on the 7?
Well, you really want to get around the spot, it looks like. And shoot the 7 to your left, into that corner there.
And that's what a lot of players like to do. They like to choose an angle that lets the cue ball go to the rail as quickly as possible. That way they can really start to control how the cue ball goes on towards the 6.
Right.
Or, on towards the 8.
Right, absolutely.
If they were to, say, stop the 6 ball and maybe have a long shot where the cue had to go 4 feet before it struck the rail, there's not as much control in that.
Right. As you notice when Johnny plays, I love this about his game. He's so specific about where he exactly wants to be for every shot. And so some people think he takes too long. I think that it might depend a lot on how he's feeling that day, but in general, he's so very, very, specific. It's like one little spot on the table he's trying to get to every time.
Well, that comes from years of experience and playing the game at a higher level. Now, he just went exactly opposite of what we were saying, but I think what he chose was a combination of shots that led him here that were correct for where he was at on the 4 ball. Before.
Absolutely. I mean, if he had gotten a little different on that 6, he might have opted to go, the other way, but
sure.
For sure.
And that's one thing. It's always you got to, step back and reevaluate at all times. And I think he's just going to follow this ball. He'll come down off the rail and come back up above the 9. Maybe hit this with a hair of left. He doesn't want to use too much because there's a natural angle here that it doesn't look like it has. But I think this ball will fall straight down table and back up.
That's about perfect.
That is about perfect. He doesn't have to stretch for the ball, and he's not too far away.
That's so important. That's one thing my coach used to really drill into me was to get right in that zone in the middle of the table where you don't have to reach. Right. It's very important to know those spots that you can't reach, right?
And you get comfortable with them. It's almost like dancing. You know where they're at, and you know where you got to go to be there. Well, for those of you that are just joining us, you're watching the Diamond 10-Ball Players Championship live at the Super Billiards Expo in Valley Forge, Pennsylvania. Joining me in the booth is Megan Smith, WPBA touring professional. I'm J.R. Calvert. You're watching Johnny Archer and Cary Dunn, and the score is currently 3-1 in favor of Johnny Archer. Now, Megan, do you have a theory on where you think you would put the 1, 2, 3, and maybe even the 8 and 9 when you were racking your own in 10-ball?
I'm just learning a lot about 10-ball. I mean, we've played 9-ball for so long, and I've gotten to know how to rack the balls at 9-ball, but not so much in 10, really.
Right.
I'm more concerned with how to break them.
There you go.
You know what I mean? So.
Well, no, there's some theories that go around where you want to put the 1, 2, 3 on the top so that they're down on one end of the table. And then the 10 usually stays down where the break is, no matter how hard you hit it. And so you leave the 9 and the 8 because they may bank 4 rails back down to that side. So now you have 6 balls on the same side as each other, so to speak, where you would have one transition ball in between. And there's some theories about it. Now it gets a little different when you break the balls like Johnny Archer.
Right.
I mean, he smashes the balls a ton, but what that's meant to do is trying to take your transitions from, like, imagine if the 1 was on one side of the table, then you had to go up the table for the 2, then back for the 3.
Yeah, that's.
If you're going to rack your own, might as well make it as the best chance possible.
Yeah, tell me more about this break. I kind of like this. I'm learning as I go here.
Well, we're definitely going to learn some things from you, too. I guarantee it. Now, what's your current ranking?
I believe it's 33. I didn't have a great season last year. I also missed one event, which really hurt. When you only have 6 and you miss one, it's huge. So that and that was the very first event of the year.
Yeah, so 16% of your points are gone.
Right, that was hard to fade, and we started from scratch. So, as you know, we used to go on a rolling calendar.
Right.
Sort of like tennis. But we started over for the sake of interest in the sport and, getting some new people out there and, based on how you did in every tournament this year, and that's it. So, unfortunately, missing that first event really hurt me a bit.
Well, at least you're still out there. You're plunking away at it, and it's just a matter of getting back to where you can get more tournaments underneath, for your rankings. That's all.
Yeah, and I think it was a top 5 finish last year. The top 10 or top 5, I can't remember. But
was that in Hollywood? No. I'm trying to think.
That was in Michigan City. Michigan City. Yeah.
They all blend together after a while, believe it or not.
They do, right? So this is a nice little shot.
This is a nice shot because it really leaves Cary to a point where he's probably just going to break him out for Johnny if he hits him firm.
Right. There's not much good that's going to happen here, I don't think.
If he just lags the cue into the 1, Johnny's most likely just going to nick the 1 and take the cue right back out and do what he just did.
Right, and he's leaving Johnny Archer close to the balls.
And he even has to watch the scratch.
Very true.
I don't know whether he's hitting this right. Yeah, he sure did. But this is a case in point. I do not believe that Cary is going to see the 1 the next time he's at the table.
Yeah, that's a safe bet.
And Cary is asking if it would be wise for him to maybe get referee Frank Del Pizzo to come over and watch the hit.
Take a look at it.
And Johnny's letting him know that if he shoots it, he's going to go ahead and let him know.
Right.
I think so.
What do you see here? What's your favorite shot?
Well, I think what he's concerned about is if he nips the 1, it's going to leak out to where Cary can see it then. So he's elevating here. Oh, that's nice. Okay.
That's a very good shot. I think he's left Cary a keyhole.
I think, yeah, that's he was concerned about that, hitting it and leaving that 1 leak out, but it's kind of hard to tell. I think he can see the right side of that 1 ball.
Yeah.
And if he can, he's going to thin it and try to bank it to the end rail or the foot rail here. Send the cue ball up table.
Well, I think he's he should just start to consider the area behind the deuce.
Absolutely.
It's most of the players watching may not realize this, but that area right now is kind of wired. You can look at that and say, from the angle that I see this, there's a real good chance that I'm going into that area. And
it's a good shot.
Cary, he's put it down, and he's hit Johnny. Johnny is pretty much at this point here got outmoved, unless he makes a pretty good save. Kick safe, that is. Now, where would you try and place the 1 in cue on this after the kick?
Well, it's kind of hard looking at the actual table and then the monitor. I'm sort of...
You're in a bad place, I understand.
I've got the microphone sort of snickering me here a little bit. I kind of like the way he's going at it. And if he can get under the 1 enough, he might be able to separate it that way and kick the 1 up towards the side pocket and leave Whitey down there. I think that's what he's thinking about.
And I think that's exactly what he's trying to do, is he wants to get underneath this and kick the 1 up table and freeze the cue.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Oh, that was so pretty. That was so pretty.
Exactly. And some people don't see that, and the closer that 1 gets, the harder it is to make that clean hit, of course, but it's easier to stick it after you do make it past it.
And what's so important is that speed. That was a perfect speed.
Right. Now, probably what makes that shot even a little bit easier is the fact that that you have a lot of spin. When you have more spin, it seems that you have taken the follow off the ball. Now, it's going to pick up follow on the way to that object ball, but it's going to be minimal as opposed to you cueing just high cue and letting the cue ball take off afterwards. So that spin is what makes that shot kill the way that it did. Very delicate little shot, but effective once you learn it.
Ooh. Well, Johnny's going to get up here with ball in hand. And how do you like getting on this 3 ball here? What do you like to do with that? Just make the combination?
You know, I might just have a little faith in the combination here. It's an easy approach. I think that the 6 is only taking a portion of the pocket, but believe it or not, I've seen it where this 9 hits the 6 and goes in anyhow. You know, so it's just in that line that I like to be, and I think that the fact that technically the way the balls are setting after he makes the 3 off the combination, he will most likely be right there for the 6. So it makes sense to maybe look at this combination.
And now, did you see what he just did there with the cue ball, putting up to the 2? He wants to know exactly the angle on the 2 ball first. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
For all you players out there that are aspiring to play great position, it starts with a great plan. And that's what Johnny and other great players are so good at doing, is visualizing it and having a plan set.
They say there's no accidental champions. There's very few accidental runouts.
Right, and it's the seemingly easy runouts. You know, that to attain that angle on the 2 didn't seem very difficult, right?
Right.
But that's the kind of thing where if you don't get specific, you can just stub yourself, you know, or step on your own toes, so to speak, right there. So that's huge. That's what separates the champions, I think, you know.
Sure, and he recognized that the 3 was the problem ball, so he really bared down on it. Now, he did something completely different from what we said,
right?
And it probably was even more crucial to do at least set the cue there and look at the 2 ball and see what he wanted to do.
Absolutely. Now, he got a pretty good, a great angle on that 3 ball. It was just, these pockets are pretty tough.
Yeah, he's beating himself up a little bit. He knows that he should have made that.
Sure.
He feels that at this point here, Cary just needs to make maybe one hard shot,
right?
And he's going to pick up the game now.
Well, it's early in the match, you know. I'm sure he'll settle into it.
Well, I think the last thing he wants to do is give Cary a couple of free games,
right?
And let Cary settle in and maybe make a really hard match out of this. Johnny wants a coaster. I mean, he wants nothing. He wants.
Don't we all?
Yeah, I can see that anybody in Johnny's position right now, for those that might not be familiar with Cary is a player that plays on regional tours, and he does fairly well. He appears in our magazine quite often.
And where's he from? I'm sorry.
I believe he's from the Northeast. That's about all I know. I really, and I think it's New York, but other than that, I don't know too much more.
Well, that's kind of local for me right now.
Yeah. Or are you back in Philly?
I'm in Reading, yeah.
Oh, you're in Reading?
But I do spend a lot of time in Philly. I'm at Drexel Billiards.
Yeah.
And also up in Allentown. So I kind of run the circuit here in the Northeast.
Excellent.
I try to anyway.
So do you get to play with Bob Madoff?
I do from time to time when he is not busy running his pool room. So.
And I think Cary, he didn't want to do that.
I think this is going to be a turning point where Mr. Archer is going to get comfortable, settle in, and open up. That was a huge game too. I mean, it was a great opportunity for Cary to get out there. We're going to see this match speed up.
Well, I think that what we want to see Johnny do is what we all want to do ourselves, is maybe start really playing and getting comfortable, putting packages together. Because though it is alternate break, you can run a 2-pack, so to speak. You can break and hold serve, so to speak, and then if you get a shot on your opponent's break, run out.
Right. I just wanted to note really quickly before he shoots this 8, I don't know if I'll get to, but that 7 ball that he just made, it seemed very easy, right? It's hanging right in the pocket. Did you notice the speed he hit it with?
Yeah.
Very, very careful because of how big that 10 is. You wouldn't believe how often a player can just get up, shoot that 7, where it seems like it's so like a forgiving conclusion, and then get hooked behind the 10, which is right in the middle of center city there on the table. So that was I like that little stuff. The little stuff they do. Well, another one in the books. The score is now
4-1.
4-1.
And I believe Cary wants to take a break, get a little refresher. He wants to start over.
I might do the same thing at this point. It's tough. In the beginning of the match, if you make a mistake, it sets the tone. I think the beginning of the match really sets the tone. So you want to either come out like gangbusters, right, or get in a rhythm right away. Oh, it's hard.
You can play a guy every day for years, but it's still something about those first couple of games that set the tone on how your day is going to be with that guy. And that's something that he's trying to take advantage of. And the other thing is that you miss a few shots. It's so hard. You can forget about things in practice and go, oh, well, whatever, and I'm going to practice that ball again. You don't get to set them back up. There is no second chance. This is a $1,000 entry fee tournament.
Right, right.
You miss a ball, and it can stay in your mind. And I think what he wants to do is he just wants a mulligan. He wants a do-over for the first couple of games, and he wants to kind of just get this out of his mind now.
Right. Well, that's the thing. You never get a mulligan. You can't take it back. So what you really have to do is just focus on the task at hand and just one ball at a time. The next opportunity you get, make the most of it. You have to have a short memory in that respect when you're playing tournament pool or any kind of pool, really. You just have to take care of your business right in front of you.
Right. All right. We're going to take a short commercial break here, folks. We'll be right back.
Let's go with that.
Come play with us.
And we'll see all you TAP members in Valley Forge at the Super Billiards Expo.
So join TAP today.
Introducing Lucasi Hybrid, a whole new level of performance and technology. A cue with the revolutionary X-Shocks dampening system, eliminating vibration. G5 grip technology for enhanced traction and stability results in maximum cue control. Total sweet spot construction means unmatched power. And the zero flex point ferrule provides dead-on accuracy, giving you the confidence you need in every shot. Lucasi Hybrid, the only cue that matters.
You're watching Spheregon Entertainment live streaming. This set production is coming to you live from the 2009 Super Billiards Expo in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. This free stream is brought to you by Tap League. Join a league today. Inside Pool Magazine. Visit InsidePoolMag.com. Gambler Clothing. Live it, breathe it, wear it. And Lucasi Hybrid. Try the next evolution in Lucasi cues.
Okay, we're back live.
We're back, yay.
Yay. Yeah, Cary is on his way back. He's just taking a second here he just wants a do-over. He doesn't want to remember those mistakes that he made, and he knows that he was supposed to win that last game.
Right. He's just got to reset here and refocus and start over.
So I believe it is Cary's rack, and that he's going to come to the table here. You've just seen him walk through. Well, I think he's going to go to the rack. Maybe not. I think we may find out. Johnny is joining us here in a second. And Cary's trying to find out where Johnny is. And Johnny is coming into the arena as we speak.
So what are some other nice key matchups we had today? I just got here, so I did see the bracket. When I was at home online, I checked it out before I came down, but I don't You like the John Schmidt match, for example, Sean Putnam, right? What happened?
You know, to tell you the truth, I was in the production room when that happened, and I was doing a lot. We have online brackets at Inside Pool Mag. We were posting stories, and we're gathering a lot of video from this event to run into segments that we'll run in between for the human interest pieces. What's in the cases, instruction, trick shots, things of that nature that will be flowing them in. So I've been back in the production room, and I myself miss them. I did commentate on a few of the matches earlier today.
Okay, I was going to say, I thought you called a few matches today.
Last night we had a long one between Charlie Bryant and Darren Appleton. That ran about 3.5 hours.
Oh, wow.
And Charlie won that one. Today, actually, we got to see for the first time on our video Vincent Fauquet, who is playing on the table next to us. And Vincent is from France, and he's a Euro Tour player. And he's very polished. He's a gentleman, great player. And he put on a demonstration in the match earlier, and he's still, I believe, matched up. He's playing on the winner's side against Jonathan Pinniger. There was also, I believe, Corey Deuel and Shane Van Boning matched up, with Shane edging Corey out. Unfortunately, I update the brackets, but I don't get to read them.
Right. Well, I'm just very excited to be here because it's the first big, professional event I've been to as far as the men go in a long time. So it's very enjoyable for me to come down here and now especially to get to help commentate Johnny Archer's match. What an honor.
It's a lot of fun.
Does that one go past the 9? I can't really tell.
It does look like it has room. It's really close. The 4-5 and the 3-6 seem to be messed up.
Yeah, we've got some problems here.
I think it looks like the table's leaning to the right side. Okay.
Oh, I like that.
That's a pretty shot. Half of the hits that are coming back on this one ball are actually scratches too. So, and I think it's by design, and I think Johnny wants to see if he can get a little lucky here and have Cary break out the 4-5 for him.
Certainly. I mean, why start, kind of haphazardly breaking up balls? Like, he could have shot that one probably and broke out the 4-5, but why,
Well, at this moment, if I was in Johnny's position, I would really take a look, and I've said this before already, Cary is not creating opportunities for himself. He's breaking the ball 6 miles an hour slower, and he may have made less mistakes or more mistakes than Johnny. It actually seems to be irrelevant at this point. The score would have been 3-2 had he not missed that 7 possibly.
Right.
But I think Johnny is realizing, he's saying, look, I'm going to get more opportunities because of my break. Doesn't have to be that way. I've seen stranger things happen, but I think that's what Johnny's doing. And he's saying, why should I take any chances? I'm going to be guaranteed shots.
Right.
And I break harder, so mathematically I should have more chances.
Absolutely.
Well, I think Johnny has the perfect chance to move the 6 and break the 1 or play safe on the 1 here with the cue.
Absolutely. Just like that. Perfect.
And perfect.
The 3 goes.
And a 110 setup. I mean, that was an all-for-1 shot.
That was a great shot. I didn't even really recognize the 10 was down there, but once the 1 started rolling towards it, it's like, oh boy, that was by design. Trust me.
It's like in a movie. It rolls into place.
Right? It's like, oh. And see here, Cary again. He's kicking. He's on the defense the whole time, and that's a great thing. You don't have to be playing perfect pool. You don't have to be running out every single rag. Just pick your spots, play a nice safety, and you don't have to be shooting 1,000 or 950 AccuStats, right?
Right.
As long as your opponent isn't given the opportunity to do that. See what I mean?
Exactly. But the unfortunate part that I'll go back to is if he is constantly not making a ball on the break, he's giving his first shot to Johnny. I mean, let's just play 21 games, and we'll let Johnny touch the cue ball and shoot first in every game.
Right.
I don't think I'm going to like it. As a matter of fact, I don't think too many people are going to like it at all.
Absolutely.
And this is a result of that. Cary just has to start making balls on the break to capitalize on the fact that he is allowed to play every other rack, guaranteed. Other than that, he's just breaking the balls up for Johnny.
Very good point. And, you know, it's kind of unnerving, too. You know, you get up in the first 5 innings that you have, you're kicking multiple rails, so, you know, it can start to...
Great, I'm jacked up and I'm into the rail. That's so much better than being between 2 balls like I was last time.
The cue ball's under the table.
Well, I think we may have a cue ball that's under the commentator booth here, and we have lucky fans trying to grab it as we speak. I don't think they're going to take it and run out the door with it.
Sign it. See, I said the cue ball under the table. Didn't I say that?
You said it. You said it. Well, I think that we can name this tune in one note.
And again, this was by design. You know, he was kind of expecting to get this result here. So.
Yeah, he was
Another
hoping it,
game.
and look at how well he orchestrated that.
Mm-hmm.
And again, that trap was all laid down because Cary didn't come with a 20 or 26 or 25 mile an hour break, and that's so important in 10 ball. 9 ball you can get away with a 13 mile an hour break because there's some balls that are wired, they're dead.
Right.
You can get up and just run into the rack, make a ball, and you can have 8 balls to shoot at and run them out. 10 ball, there's no dead balls like that.
Now, see,
They're there, but not quite the same.
Right. I'm learning that as I play more 10 ball. My coach was telling me going into this weekend not to try to crush the balls too much, though, to really make sure to hit them solid, and you know, maybe that's more to help my accuracy and help affect my accuracy. But you know, because I tend to, if I try to hit them too hard and get too much speed into it, you know, you lose that nice solid hit. So
Right.
very important that I think you can have a weaker break, so to speak, as far as speed, and still get a good result. But you're right. 10 ball is definitely a different animal as far as the rack is concerned, for sure.
Exactly, and your coach is 100% right. If you get 1 more mile per hour by really trying to hit the balls, but you miss the head ball by a 1/4 inch, you just negated everything that you worked for. But now you have a loose cue ball.
Right.
And that's Coach brings up a good point. You care to tell us who your coach is?
It's a secret.
He's secret. I'm not letting anybody know.
I've been working with Dave Hughes from Colorado, and although I haven't lived there in quite a while, he still gives me instruction and advice from afar, let's say. So
Excellent. That's a good coach. There's a method now where they have a flash viewer, and it's kind of like a video conferencing, where he can watch you play and comment on you, and it's online. They're doing a demonstration here.
really, it's awesome.
It is. It's a great way if somebody's looking to get a pool lesson from, say, a great player, and that great player doesn't live in their town.
Right.
They can actually watch you play and give you feedback through.
I like that. That's a great idea.
Isn't it?
Was that your idea? Is that your
No, not mine. I would like to be that smart, but I'm not. Okay.
Now here's Cary in another really tough spot, and you know, he was trying to get that window between the 8 and 9 to see the 3. He went back too far, and now he's snookered, as you can see, on the 3 ball.
He looks like he's trying to go behind the rail in the 9, and I really disagree with this shot. It limits him, and that's the type of stuff that can happen. He had to thread the needle,
Right.
And being that he was on the 50, it looked like it made more sense to go around the 90 other way. Because then he didn't have to judge the curve.
Right. Or he really could have kicked at it 2 rails or 2 or 3 rails and come around that way. And I think you probably have a higher degree of accuracy going that way than semi-masseing a ball on new cloth and all that kind of stuff.
Good point. Really good point. And actually, with the 10 ball right there, some of the players would have looked at the 9 ball blocking this kick. They could have kicked it and used various speeds to maybe get balls into the game. I didn't see a lot of future in curving the ball.
Right.
And if somebody said, what would you rather do, kick, jump, or curve? In what order would you want them? I would probably say
kick, curve, jump.
Right.
Kick, curve,
jump. Jump, it's you really lose a lot of control during a jump because you're almost guaranteed to have to power the ball.
Right.
Curving, you can at least slow it down.
It's a finesse, it's a finesse shot at least. I'll tell you, jumping is the last thing in the universe that I ever want to do. I hate it. Maybe it's something I should work on. I don't hate it. It's just a challenge for me. There we go.
Is a shot that you would prefer not to do.
Right. All things considered, for sure, I'd rather kick. All right.
Well, Johnny, I think it's pretty safe to say that about 95% of the players that got into this tournament are out from here every time.
Right. This is pretty much a foregone conclusion. But trust me, he's not taking anything for granted, even these little simple outs,
Every one of them, he's going to play with the same precision. And that's such a big thing. Most people think that you can just turn concentration on and off. You can have an 8-2 lead and be concentrating. And if you let up and you decide, then I want to start concentrating, you don't decide to start concentrating.
Mm-hmm.
You might decide to try and bear down, but you can't just say, now I'm going to think only about one thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why if you're in a mode where you're concentrating, you can't let up.
Right.
That's the most dangerous thing you could do.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, Johnny Archer was practicing with me a few years ago at Drexelen, and he said that when you have 2 great competitors, 2 great champions playing one another, the man who concentrates, or the woman
Right.
who concentrates at the highest level for the longest is going to win.
Exactly. And that's, and concentration is, it's an exercise that you have to do with your mind, just like running. Any other thing that you do, if it's bio or related, you should practice it and to get it in a better condition and then be able to sustain it longer.
Right.
Or do it better.
Absolutely.
It's maybe mental, but it's still bio related.
Mm-hmm. Cary needs to muster some concentration here himself. If he has any chance of getting in this match right now, he needs to refocus and settle down and really, really hone that focus and concentration down and just shoot one ball at a time here. Seems like he's a little uncomfortable. And who wouldn't be with, having every shot that you face from a defensive position. So, he's had a tough go of it here, but we'll see if he can get something going. But like you said, he needs to make a ball on the break, which isn't happening.
Excellent. For those of you just joining us, you're watching the Diamond 10-Ball Players Championship at the Valley Forge Super Billiards Expo, obviously in Valley Forge, Pennsylvania. You're watching Johnny Archer versus Cary Dunn. The score is currently 6-1 in favor of Johnny Archer. Joining me in the booth is Megan Smith, and I'm J.R. Calvert from Inside Pool Magazine. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight.
Yes, thank you. What a wonderful night to watch a pool match.
Excellent. I am actually going, my producer tapped me on the shoulder and let me know that we have Sam Diep waiting in the wings here to take over my location here in the booth, and I'm willing and able to let Sam Diep come in and share some of her pool knowledge with you folks tonight. So I'm going to step out of the booth for a minute, and in a moment, Sam's going to be joining you, Megan.
Well, thank you, JR, and I'm sure that I will see you again here, and had a great time with you commentating, so
Thank you. We'll definitely be inviting you back.
All right, thanks, Jay.
Take care.
We don't get to chat. We just have to talk, no chatting.
Right.
Hello.
All right, everybody. Sam Deep has just joined me. Give her a nice welcome. She's coming in now. The score is 7-1 to Johnny. Johnny just made a combination on the 6-10, and he's starting to run away with this one, Sam.
Oh, is this 10 ball or something? Thought we were playing 8 ball.
You noticed.
That was like short rack 8 ball or something. No chat?
No, we don't have. We don't
have any responsibilities up here.
Right. We can just talk. So how have you been?
Wow, this is quite a setup. I'm good. Well, I just got rolled over by Morgan, but it's another story. She played great.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Are you still in the open event?
No, it's single elimination.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
That's all right.
All right. Well, now you get to forget about that, and we have the distinct honor of calling Johnny Archer's match here.
Thank you.
I can't think of anything I'd rather be doing on a Friday night, really.
I'd rather be shooting pool, but this is second
close,
best.
yeah, this is close.
Absolutely. Is that where Johnny's been breaking from?
Yeah, the last few times, absolutely. He's been coming up with some really nice results with this break.
Okay.
And you can see that a very nice open rack here as well.
This looks pretty juicy.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of problems here. I mean, really, it's getting from the 3 to the 4 ball. That's the whole key.
What do you call this, Megan? You something about a hot breakfast?
A hot breakfast.
You've coined a phrase for when something is sitting pretty like that. Come on. Don't withhold your terminology.
I'm usually grabbing breakfast as I fly out the front door, so I'm not really big on breakfast, but this is definitely very appetizing looking. So yeah, the only problem here is coming through the center of the table to get on that 4 ball. That's nice.
That's got a good angle there.
Right, it's natural.
So he needs to just make sure he misses the 10 ball.
Right, and come long. I think he's going to bring it long. I wish I had a telestrator down here.
So we could draw some obscene lines across the... between the 6 and... That was juicy.
That was very, very pretty, folks.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he would opt for the window between the 7-10, but that didn't leave him a lot of room for error.
Now, see, I like the... an amateur player would try to get straight in on that 5 ball, maybe end up having to use the bridge or something like that. That was a very just savvy, professional move.
Absolutely, and Johnny's feeling very confident right now. His pace has picked up considerably.
This is much speedier than the typical Johnny pace that we're used to.
Right, he's feeling really comfortable right now. And he's breaking great, so I think we're going to see this match wrap up pretty quickly here. His speed is perfect.
I have not been in the pro arena much. Is this a one-loss match, or?
I believe that this is, in fact, on the one-loss side.
Okay.
I myself just arrived here, about 5 minutes before I got asked to commentate, so I really glanced at the bracket, so...
Oh, yes. Johnny lost to Cary Dunn on the hill. Round 1, I believe.
Yeah, I like his pace right now. I like his cue ball control. Just everything looks very easy. All right, and so it's 8-1 now.
And that's how it's done, folks.
Cary's been having a tough time, Sam. He's been approaching the table from a defensive point maybe 5-6 times in a row. And like I said, now Johnny's feeling real comfortable out there, and so Cary's going to have to really collect himself and get his focus together here.
I like how Johnny's got his Mountain Dew stashed in a water bottle, like we don't know that it's Mountain Dew.
Right.
Smooth. Now, where do you like to break from in 10 ball, Megan?
From the box, I start from the left side of the box and I move in to get a more full hit if I'm not getting results from there. But I rarely ever break from the wing.
Are you using like a cut break at all, or just try to hit it?
No, just very full and just try to stop my ball.
Pinniger's playing like his body double or something from a distance.
It's Fake. Vincent Fake.
Excuse me?
Fake. F-A-Q-U-E-T. Fake. I'm getting censored. It's his name.
Bleep.
It's his name.
Oh, a little safety break here.
All right. Well, here's the problem, too, is that this is the 4th time or 5th that he's come up dry.
Weeks.
And so it's really tough
That's
to...
what just happened in my match.
Oh. Well, it's hard when you're just breaking for the other person, really, you know what I mean? It's a nice close-up there.
Good camera angle we have. Whoa.
We've got Dustin over there with the live camera, stalking the players. Now, what do you like here?
Is that one ball frozen? It is pretty close, huh?
It looks close. I wish I could tell from here. We need like an overhead shot, but it seems to be very close.
Now, what is the shot here? Try to thin the left side of the one ball. Maybe send the cue ball straight back. Rail first.
Yikes. And this isn't looking really good. I mean, if you can't even really split the rail. In other words, you couldn't even hit the one ball with a half ball hit and send them over to the opposite sides because of the 8 there. I think it's too close.
It's a sellout either way, either side of that one ball.
I think he might give this back to Johnny right here. And he is, okay.
Good choice.
It just seems awkward, yeah. I think we're going to see him maybe thin this ball and get the 1 over into traffic and bring the cube back towards the 10, perhaps? Perhaps.
Let's learn something here. Show us something, Johnny.
I really think if he just clips the 1 on the right side, sending it over towards the 695, the cue ball, will go down towards the 10. I mean, I don't really see anything else that's outstanding here. It's not even, you can't even play that cute shot where if the cue ball and object ball are straight onto one another, that double kiss, you can't even play that from here because it's not quite straight in. So this isn't a very easy shot.
I'd like to say hi to Fast Mikey out there. Just sent me a text message. Thanks for tuning in.
He looks a bit tentative here. Is he banking this ball?
No. Oh. In stereo.
See, I don't feel so bad now. At first I thought, is there a shot here I'm just not seeing? And that was a pretty tricky push out there. So Sam, tell me, how is the pool scene in Colorado?
Well, you're missing out, man.
I am, I know.
There's all kinds of $1,000 added bar table tournaments every weekend. Maybe you should join my forum, milehighpoolplayers.com.
Maybe I should.
To learn about any sort of upcoming events in the Denver metro area.
I will have to check that out.
And, you still Magnum?
I am, of course.
Hot. Whoa.
All right. See, Cary's struggling here now. He's much too far underneath that 2 ball.
You know, it's like when things just aren't going your way. It's not, and you know, sitting for 5 racks does not help your confidence either.
No, and again, you know, facing a defensive shot in consecutive innings, that'll knock your confidence, and then if you make a mistake on a seemingly easy out, that just makes everything worse and compiles issues. So I think he's going to have to play it safe here. I think I would shoot to get that cue ball in the neighborhood of the 6-9, possibly even bump it out, and put the 2 on the end rail and just, do you see what I mean?
Kill 2 birds.
Right. You know,
Megan, can you see what the score is over there with Neil? And is he playing Kim Davenport? Is that who he's playing?
I cannot.
Oh, he went for it. And he actually, you know, he actually could have gotten away with it because he overcut that.
Mm-hmm. Well, from here, you know, it's hard, but from here it looked like that was much too steep of a cut.
It absolutely did.
To mess around with it, but
especially on these tables.
Right.
Those lively rails. You know, Johnny's still not out here necessarily. He's got a lot of work to do.
Oh, yeah. I think depending on how he gets on this 3, we might see another safety here, you know, after this shot.
Wow.
Okay. Oh, now I'm thinking he's going to play the 4 down where we are. Just make the 3. Provided he gets the proper angle on the 5 ball.
Oh, what about? Because is that 9-6 wired? It looked close earlier.
I don't.
Is he
think
looking
so
at a
from here.
breakout with the 4 ball?
I think either that or getting possibly just above the 5, making the 5 in this side and spinning down to break the 6-9, hitting the 9 ball first, of course. But again, it's hard to see. I think
he doesn't like it. It looked like he was lining up for the 4 in the side to use that as the breakout for the 6-9. But now he's not liking that angle too much. It's funny when you're looking at the table, it looks yucky, but from the overhead, it actually doesn't look too bad.
Okay, he's gonna shoot your shot
for
here.
it. He's going for it.
Oh no!
Oh, that's a great. Ooh.
And folks, what he was really trying to do was to bank that 2 over into the 9, as you can see, and take care of that. How strong would that have been?
Absolutely.
Play a lock-up safety and break the cluster out as well. I like that.
Either way, it's in a great position for the breakout if it, you know, gets ball in hand.
Right, and see what apparently the 5 is not a viable break option. It kind of looks from here as though, you know what I mean, that you could get a little bit above it, but I guess not. So I think
might be a little too close to rail.
Johnny chose the wise shot there. He made a good shot.
Dustin just gave us a nice camera angle there so we could see that 9-6 is not wired.
And see here again, Cary is, you know, in a defensive position trying to make something happen. And
He is in a pickle, Megan.
That is what we call a veritable pickle. I don't think he can kick into that rail and open it up enough to hit the 4. I think what he's going to have to do here is try to go 2 rails long. But I think that 10 is an issue. I don't even know if he can kick it 2 rails, right? You see what I mean?
I concur.
That's a lovely bridge.
It's the Jesta Bridge.
I used to have one of those, and I've been dying to know where to get one. Now I've found out. I'm so excited.
Originally designed by Larry Keller, who then, I believe, started working with Diamond Products. I'm not sure if Diamond now owns the rights to that bridge, but...
Well, I'm so happy to see it. I had one of the, not prototypes, but one of the first ones years ago, and it's good to see
Was
that...
it a metal one, or was it this one?
It was a metal. It was metal,
yeah,
yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, Cary's going 1 here, and that's...
Oh, that's...
You know...
Valiant attempt there.
When it rains, it pours. I mean, he's just got nothing to work with here.
Now, is this all ball fouls here, or?
No. Earlier we saw Cary inadvertently bump the 6 ball, and then Johnny replaced it where he, thought it was, but no foul. So.
And this is beautiful. All he needs to do is just bump that 6 towards the pocket, 5 sitting in front of the side. I mean, ooh.
Yeah, this shouldn't be a problem here. I mean, you got to be careful. These side pockets are a little treacherous, but.
Mike McShane, ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for both these players. Mr. Mac
Not a problem for Johnny.
Mr. Mike McShane. Mike McShane.
The Scorpion.
This is pretty much a foregone conclusion now, I think, the 6 through 10 here.
Nice follow through. So, how's life in the PA? You teaching nowadays, or?
I was doing some lessons, yeah, up at Gallery Billiards in Allentown.
You
right?
still there? Or?
I'm not working there anymore at the pool room, but I still do make appearances. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
But I try to get out and play as much as I can. I play in Philly as well at Drexel. And as you know, there's no dearth of great players or tournaments out here, so that's pretty good. Can't complain.
Excellent.
All right, and Johnny's one game closer to his goal here.
Score is now, what, 9-1?
9-1, he is on the hill.
Do you think after all these years they might eventually invest in a couple extra ping pong balls up there?
I was wondering. I was a little confused at first when I came in. There was a hill match, and there was one bead over. You know what I mean?
Because you can't see it, but it only goes up to 8, and then you got to start over.
Right. I don't think our viewers can see that, but basically we're describing the string of scorekeeping balls on top of the lights. It's a little bit confusing.
Maybe we can just
the
bring
suggestion
some
box.
extra. Bring a couple extra ping pong balls or something.
But what a great event Alan puts on every year here at Valley Forge.
Very professional.
Great to be here, yes. Wonderful equipment. And again, very honored to be able to commentate here with you, Sam, and watch one of my favorite players.
Oh, I've missed you so much, Megan.
I met Johnny.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, good times. All right, this is unusual. Johnny came up dry on the break here.
Kind of let that cue ball get away from him a little bit, it looked like.
And, Cary finally gets an opportunity here with the balls not really tied up, and he's jacked up over the 4.
That's not cool.
Right? But he's got nothing to lose here, so let's see if he tries to shoot that one in the side here and make something happen. You're down 9-1. Go for it.
Oh.
And now does the 10 pass? If the 10 goes past the 2 here, I think we're going to see the end of a fine match for Johnny Archer.
It surely does, Megan. He is just helping Johnny finish him as quickly and painlessly as possible.
Right.
Oh.
Okay. Combinations are never easy.
It's so funny. When it rains, it seriously pours. I mean, when the rolls are going one way, they continuously are. I mean, that one ball didn't have to keep rolling up to leave him a combination, right?
Right. The good thing is this isn't too terribly difficult. Even though it is a combination, they're sitting a little bit better than that 110 was. So.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how that 2 balls sitting either. Yikes. Two might go in the 2 opposite corners.
I think you're right. I think it does go. Again, it's hard to see from here. I wish we had the overhead, the bird's eye view, but Cary, he just can't get anything going here. He got a bit of a reprieve for a moment when Johnny missed that match-winning combination, but, he doesn't have a lot to work with. I think he should probably fan off the one here and try to do something, play a good safety here. All right, that's what I mean. Just try to do the right thing.
Mm-hmm. Make the best of the situation. Absolutely.
Be patient, which is hard to do when you're down. Okay, Cary's got an open shot here. Let's see if he can get his composure and put a rack together. What do you think, Sam?
Yes. Right.
A little tentative. Boy, it's tough. I can kind of imagine how Cary feels right now. Nothing's been going his way this match, and he's got an opportunity here.
No, I missed Johnny's kick shot. Did he hit the one ball, and that's what he left Cary?
Johnny missed the 110 combination, and he.
Oh no, when he.
Right.
Oh,
right.
he kicked and hit it, and that's what he left him. Okay.
Right. I had to think back to the 10 ball. I'm like, okay, missed the 10. Safety. Okay.
Oh, that's a nice shot. Nice stroke under pressure.
Okay. Seven in the corner. I think he's going to go ahead and play the 8-up table. I don't think he's going to try to get on, on the other side of the 8 where he's standing. I think he...
Sure, no need.
Right. Although he's got an angle
However,
here.
right.
This is touchy. I don't know how much speed he can take off of this. He needs to either come behind that 8 ball or just slide up and maybe bump the 9. There, that's good. Okay.
Oh,
That wasn't quite as hard as it looked, I guess. Looked like he had more angle on that 7 ball. Okay.
Well, good for him. He's, bearing down. He knows he's down, 9-1?
Absolutely. He hasn't won a game. I think he won the first game, and that was it.
Wow.
So,
last 9 racks.
Long time between drinks here for Cary. All right, and that brings our score 9-2.
That says a lot about a player that can, a lot of times you can tell by their demeanor when they're down that severely and they just give up.
Absolutely. You have to kind of have a short memory. JR and I were talking about this earlier and saying that no matter what's happened, if you've made a mistake, or like in Cary's case where not only that, but you're coming from a defensive approach almost every time you're at the table, it's very easy to get down on yourself and kind of, like you said, to get that give-up stroke. So it does take a lot of training and a great attitude to be able to forget about that, come back, say, I have a new opportunity here every shot, refocus and reset. So we'll see what happens here. It's late match odds analysis, not looking good here for Cary, but you never know.
Looks like it's 1-1, but
right.
It's not.
You want me to give the video?
No, I don't don't know much about Cary Dunn. Can you tell us anything about him, or do you know anything?
I was asking JR. Apparently, he's from the New York area.
Okay.
And a very good regional player. And he obviously plays in pro events. I'm guessing the Joss Tour.
Okay.
But again, I'm not too familiar with him.
I've
So.
seen him before. I believe he was probably at the U.S. Open. Didn't look like he gave himself a very good rack.
No, and again, he's not getting good break-in results, and I don't know if it's a factor of where he's breaking from, or that speed, or the hit, or a combination. But he's just been having a very poor break performance tonight here in this match. It's been very detrimental. Now Johnny does not have an easy way to go here. I think he's going to kick at this ball. I don't think he can. Oh, he can see it. He can see it. Okay.
Well, he was kicking.
Not in the way that I thought. All right, this is super tough right here. He can't see. I don't believe he can see to hit that one. I can't really tell.
It looks like he can see it, but there's nothing he can do with it. He can just hit it pretty much straight on.
Oh, that's a great view. Okay,
Either
he
try
can see
and
it.
just leave him on top of the one, or yeah.
Well, you know what? This happened earlier when it was a simple safety Johnny played. Okay, and all Cary could basically do was to roll up very, very softly and tap the ball. And then you're leaving Johnny Archer right up on the object ball he has to hit, and so you're not going to like it, basically. The next shot, he's going to do the same thing and thin off a ball and put you in a worse spot. So, Okay, that could have turned out worse,
Yeah. For sure.
Not the end of the world there.
So now, what time does your pro event begin, Megan?
That is a very good question, Sam. I myself would love to know. What's happening is they're either going to have 8 women or 16. Apparently, there's been some more last-minute entries, that kind of thing. So if they get 16, we'll be starting at 3:30 and have a round at 6:30 and 8:30 as well tomorrow night.
Tomorrow, okay.
Right. If only 8 women end up playing, it'll be at 6:30 and 8:30.
And what's the race?
The same as this, race to 10 ball.
Oh, so 10 ball. Alternate break, same exact format.
Same format. We're going to alternate tables. And so they're discussing whether or not this could be a close hit here. Johnny's taking a look and approves. Wow.
It didn't look like he could spin enough of it. I think maybe if he had that exact same shot out in the amateur arena with the balls that have had a little more use, might be a little grittier, he might have been able to maybe spin that in, but these clean, squeaky conditions, that was a tough shot.
I guess I didn't see it right. I was kind of shocked it didn't go in. It looked like an optical illusion there. I thought it was a foregone conclusion. But okay, so let's see here. 2 to the 3. This looks pretty cut and dry. I guess the 4 ball, depending on the angle Johnny gets on the 4, he might have to draw it straight back to the rail where the 3 is to get on the 5 there.
For sure.
I think where the position where the 10 lies precludes you from going forward after making the 4-ball. Oh, okay, he had the angle, which is, this is even better, obviously. Get above that 4.
That's way better. You don't have to deal with that 10 ball.
Right. See, it looked like he looked like a different angle in the 3 there from up here.
It always does.
Right? I'm like, wow, I couldn't believe he did that. That was amazing. That's so much easier. The tables look like they're playing beautifully, though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited to get out and play on them tomorrow. Or tonight, even, maybe.
I might be joining you in your event.
Great. See, that's what I mean. If we get 16 women,
That's right.
you know, it'll be 10,000 added. All right, we're coming into the home stretch here. Johnny's going to take a look and see exactly where he wants to get on that 9.
Who are your favorites at this point, Megan?
On the men's tour?
Mm-hmm. In this tournament, I don't know if you've been watching enough of it to really be able to say.
Right. I haven't. I just got here, but I got to tell you that this man that we're watching right here is always one of my favorites, no matter what tournament. And speaking of which, he doesn't like this. He actually wanted to come
Straighter.
Either. Well, I think he might have wanted to come on the left side of that 9 ball.
Yeah.
Right. And he kind of got that in between line, but I think he's fine. I think he just needs to make this ball nice and smooth, and it'll turn out fine. So yeah, but always love Torsten Homan's game.
Oh, how'd he hit it?
Beautiful. And John Schmidt, great game. So. All right. Well, that's it, folks. There you have it, Johnny Archer. 10-2. What a match. And, folks, it looks like we're going to sign off here. It's been a pleasure for me, a distinct pleasure, to be able to commentate tonight and with JR and Sam. And we're going to have Christina coming in now.
Excellent.
Come play with us.
And we'll see all you TAP members in Valley Forge at the Super Billiards Expo.
So join TAP today.
Introducing Lucasi Hybrid, a whole new level of performance and technology. A cue with the revolutionary X-Shocks dampening system, eliminating vibration. G5 grip technology for enhanced traction and stability results in maximum cue control. Total sweet spot construction means unmatched power. And the zero flex point ferrule provides dead-on accuracy, giving you the confidence you need in every shot. Lucasi Hybrid, the only cue that matters.
Christina De La Garza on set at the Super Billiards Expo in Valley Forge, Pennsylvania. You just watched Johnny Archer defeat Cary Dunn, the score 10-2. Thanks for joining us, Johnny.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You pretty much dominated that match. What can you attribute to that? You know, what type of things do you think you were doing well, and what do you want to work on for the next match?
Well, I played pretty well. I mean, I could work on my break a little bit more. But I played pretty consistent, and I think I played pretty good safeties to start of that match is how I got ahead.
Yeah, the first part of the match seemed to go kind of slow, and then after that it was just rack after rack. So towards the beginning there was a 10 ball that he made on the break, and you guys were spotting it up, and it seemed to be there was some discrepancy about that. What did you call the tournament director over, and what happened with that?
Well, the closer if if I froze it to the ball, it was going to be close to where it wasn't straight in the corner on a combination, and I knew if I didn't freeze it, it was going to be pretty close to straight in. So I wanted it frozen. I didn't want to really mess with it, and I don't think he did either. So we just tried to call the referee over.
Okay, so there wasn't an argument about where it went. It was you just want to make sure it was right. on the
Right,
spot.
right.
Okay. Well, I know that we're doing your Legends and Championships tour. You previously did that with Earl, and now you're doing that with Nick Varner. Is that correct? Can you tell me a little bit more about it?
Well, Nick and I, are doing it now, and we have some. We're going to the West Coast next. It'll be end of April, and we're just doing pool schools and exhibitions, and I'm learning so much from Nick that it's just great. I mean, he's learning me how to teach, and just everybody really enjoys it. So if you have a chance to get out there and see it, you might not get a chance to get a champion and a nice one of the older players like that with so much knowledge.
Yeah, I had a chance to meet Nick in Malta, and he's definitely a great asset to the billiard community. Do you know where you're going next, or where? You said you want people to be able to check it out. Do you have any scheduled so far?
Well, starting I think April 22nd. I think we start in San Diego, California, and we're doing the West Coast, so we'll be in Portland. I think it's Portland. I know a few places in California, and we may even end up in Vegas. So, check the website. So go on there and just check the dates, and they'll be coming out. A press release will be coming out pretty soon on the West Coast.
Okay, great. I know you also have another tournament at your host billiard location where you and Kim Davenport are part owners, right? Can you tell me about that tournament?
Well, it'll be coming up. I'm not exactly at the dates, but I think it's like July 10th or whatever weekend. It'll be Saturday, Sunday, and we're going to be, it's just going to be a lot of fun. We want to put together a tournament. Hopefully we can make it grow. And we've already had some nice, commitments from some of the top players. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and it'll be in Marietta Billiard Club in Marietta. So, definitely check us out.
Okay, great. Well, thanks for joining us, and good luck in the rest of the tournament.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. Christina De La Garza with Inside Pool. Please stay tuned. JR is going to let you guys know what we have up next for the rest of the programming for tonight. Thanks.
Come play with us.
And we'll see all you TAP members in Valley Forge at the Super Billiards Expo.
So join TAP today.
Introducing Lucasi Hybrid, a whole new level of performance and technology. A cue with the revolutionary X-Shocks dampening system, eliminating vibration. G5 grip technology for enhanced traction and stability results in maximum cue control. Total sweet spot construction means unmatched power. And the Zero Flex Point ferrule provides dead-on accuracy, giving you the confidence you need in every shot. Lucasi Hybrid, the only cue that matters.
You're watching Spheregon Entertainment live streaming. This set production is coming to you live from the 2009 Super Billiards Expo in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. This free stream is brought to you by Tap League. Join a league today. Inside Pool Magazine. Visit InsidePoolMag.com. Gambler Clothing. Live it, breathe it, wear it. And Lucasi Hybrid. Try the next evolution in Lucasi cues.